Welcome everyone, Gamer King Tario here, and we have another PlayStation Vita review. Today we're going to look at When Vikings Attack, a new downloadable title off the PSN that can be purchased for $10 or $7 if you're a Plus member, and the game is a little under 700 megabytes. When Vikings Attack is based on a very simple premise. Vikings are invading the country, and the only way to stop them is by throwing stuff at them. The more people we have with us, the heavier stuff we can throw. The game mechanic is rather simple, but it's still very enjoyable. Graphically, When Vikings Attack looks great. It's got beautiful visuals and keeps a steady frame rate no matter what's going on the screen. The art style is simplistic yet charming, telling a story in a lighthearted way that never takes itself too seriously. The levels are full of clever design as well, and great artwork. The game is broken down into two parts, Quest Mode and the multiplayer. In Quest Mode, the campaign takes you through the Viking invasion, where you'll travel to a bunch of different locales, fending off Vikings. Unfortunately, as fun as the game mechanic is, it does wax repetitive after a while. The game combats this by adding bombs with different attributes, boss battles, and even some simple puzzles, but ultimately it comes down to throwing stuff at the Vikings. Going to the museum level and throwing dinosaur bones, or being in a food court and throwing tables, there's very little difference in how you approach the game. I wish there was a tad more variety in how you approach the game, but make no mistake, I'm not saying it isn't enjoyable. It is. It's just something I would personally enjoy in smaller doses. Like once you complete the campaign, you're free to go back and play the levels and try to beat your high score, or your completion time, or the number of times you died. I've already started going back and trying to improve some of my scores, and it's a lot of fun doing this in little bursts. If you have access to Wi-Fi, you can actually play the Quest Mode co-op with a friend or a random person. This can be great fun to play with a friend, but I found it made the game a little bit too easy. In competitive multiplayer, it's amazing how a game dynamic can get a bit stale going against an AI, but if you do the same thing against a human player, it becomes marvelous. In the multiplayer, you have three basic options of game modes, but each game mode consists of the same basic mechanic. You're put into 1-minute rounds, and the rounds cast a perfect balance of utter chaos and skill and precision. They're great fun, and the game features cross-play functionality with the PS3 on most every level. That means you're able to play this game on your PS3 or on your Vita, and if you have a buddy who doesn't own a Vita, you can play this game with them on their PS3. This is the way cross-functionality should be. Overall, When Vikings Attack is a game I'm sure is going to be on my Vita for the foreseeable future and beyond. Whether it's trying to beat my completion time on the roof level or partaking in some multiplayer mayhem, the game is enjoyable on most levels and is priced right. If you don't see yourself playing the multiplayer, then When Vikings Attack is a tad harder to get my full conviction on. But anyone willing to give the multiplayer a try, you're looking at one of the best original downloadable titles on the PlayStation Vita. Great graphics, solid gameplay, good multiplayer, and great price.